The most common things I see in traumatic grief, number one, I would say loneliness, because it's such a lonely experience. It's so hard to understand what this experience is from the sidelines. It's so hard to look into this experience and know what someone is going through when they've had catastrophic loss, because you're not in the center of it. It's like trying to describe what it's like to be in the middle of a tsunami to someone who's never been in the middle of a tsunami. It's ineffable, really. You can't quite find the word. Another really common sort of cluster of emotions that I see is despair or anguish, kind of a desperation. And I think that comes from the longing and pining for them. When you've had catastrophic loss, the person you love most in the world has died. It's pretty awful, the longing, the intense pining for their presence, the longing to touch them, to see them, to hear their voice or see their smile or just hold their hand is very, very intense, and it can create a despair, a sense of anguish and desperation for their presence. And another common emotion that I see is guilt. Even when there was absolutely nothing that could have been done, I think we tend to utilize guilt in a way to help us try to understand if there was anything we could have done differently. It's a very, very common, not universal, but very common experience for people who have experienced traumatic grief, sort of this reviewing over and over and over again. The woulda, shoulda, couldas, if I had changed this one thing, would it have changed the outcome? I guess the most important thing is to understand that these things are normal, considering the catastrophic nature of the losses of the people with whom I work, the people who are likely listening to this video. These are catastrophic losses, and I think it's perfectly normal and hard to feel all these things, and that's why good support is so important. I hope this answers your question. Fina, thank you for the question. Thank you for listening, everyone. I am so for all beings.